Good morning, everybody. It is Happy TGIF Day, February 11th, 2022. And I'm in my book, my Portals of Prayer book, with the morning devotion. So it is, the homework assignment would be to read 2 Samuel 23, verses 1 through 7. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm kind of prepared. I put one on my phone and the other in my Bible, so it was a little quicker. Trying to make life a little easier this morning. Okay, so here we go. Now these be the last words of David. David the son of Jesse said, and the man who was raised up on high, the anointed of the God of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Israel said, the Spirit of the Lord spake by me, and his word was in my tongue. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God. And he shall be as the light of the morning when the sun riseth, even a morning without clouds, as the tender grass springing out of the earth by clear shining after rain. Hannah, come on. Come here. Come on. Over here. Come on. Oops. Oh, my little whiner this morning. Although my house be not so with God, he hath made with me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things, and sure. For this is all my salvation and all my desire, although he make it not to grow. But the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. But the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron and the staff of a spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place. Whew. That's a lot. Wowzers. Wowzers. Okay. That's setting up for the reading. Wait. Oops. Let's go here. And well, I was kind of prepared. I didn't have Psalms out, but I already had it bookmarked from my other readings. So okay, Psalm 66. How awesome are your deeds! To the choir master a psalm. Hey, come on. Shout for joy to God, all the earth. Sing the glory of his name. Give to him glorious praise. Okay. Yeah, chapter 66, 3. 4 threes. Just saying. Just so we're on the same page. Hannah Grace, please stop the whining. Let's just start all over with this. Shout for joy for God, all the earth. Sing the glory of his name. Give to him glorious praise. Say to God, how awesome are your deeds. So great is your power that your enemies come cringing to you. All the earth worships you and sings praises to you. They sing praises to your name. Come and see what God has done. He is awesome in his deeds towards the children of man. He turned the sea into dry land. They passed through the river on foot. There did we rejoice in him. Oh, I'm tongue-tied this morning. Wow. I know, not very often Natalie's tongue-tied, but this morning, yes. There did we rejoice in him who rules by his might forever, whose eyes keep watch on the nations. Let not the rebellious exalt themselves. Bless our God, O peoples. Let the sound of his praise be heard, who has kept our soul among the living and has not let our feet slip. For you, O God, have tested us. You have tried us as silver is tried. You brought us into the net. You laid a crushing burden on our backs. You let men ride over our heads. We went through fire and through water, yet you have brought us out to a place of abundance. I will come into your house with burnt offerings. I will perform my vows to you. That which my lips uttered and my mouth promised when I was in trouble. I will offer to you burnt offerings of fattened animals, with the smoke of the sacrifice of rams. I will make an offering of bulls and goats. Come and hear, all you who fear God, and I will tell what he has done for my soul. I cried to him with my mouth, and high praise was on my tongue. Oh, I did. In the hospital, I have witnesses that saw me, even in the ambulances. I'm yelling out to him. If I had cherished iniquity in my heart, the Lord would not have listened. True. But truly God has listened. He has attended to the voice of my prayer. Blessed be God, because he has not rejected my prayer or removed his steadfast love for me. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Yep, he's one person, well, him and Jesus have never hurt me. Can't say that for humans. But I'm way past that. Come and see what God has done. He is awesome in his deeds towards the children of man. Psalm 66, verse 5. 5 golden rings. Every time I see 5, that's what I think of. Speaking of blessings is today's title. I was riding on a bus one day when I overheard a conversation. Hello, Reverend. How are you today? A young woman greeted her elderly pastor. I am very blessed. Thank you so much for asking, answered the aged gentleman. My curiosity was piqued. As the two discussed the mundane functioning of their small congregation, it became clear that God was an intimate part of their everyday lives. Guilty. And I'm okay with all of this. I began to reflect that blessings did not necessarily involve great things, but rather an ability to see the hand of God in daily life. Like waking you up today. Thank you. Thank you. You need to be thankful just for waking up in the morning, because he wants you here for a reason. Do you know what that is yet? David was a king, such a great king that forever after the people of Israel compared all leaders to him. He was a shepherd boy, taken away from his flock, and because of his fidelity to his calling, the image of the shepherd became synonymous with good leadership. He at times gave himself over to sin, yet he penned wonderful poetry that we cherish even today to sing praises to the Most High God. David never forgot the covenant that God made with his people. In his final words, David said, "The Spirit of the Lord speaks by me. His word is my tongue." 2 Samuel 23, verse 2. Like David, we are called to sing the glories of God's name openly, to witness to God's gifts to us. God of the covenant, thank you for touching my life with your gifts. I'm going to read the prayer to St. Luke. This guy's been my buddy. He's been here. I know he's been here. He's been some of my inspirations and my artwork has come from him, there's no doubt. So, here's the prayer to St. Luke. Most charming and saintly physician, you were animated by the heavenly spirit of love. In faithfully detailing the humanity of Jesus, you also showed his divinity and his genuine compassion for all human beings. Inspire our physicians with your professionalism and with a divine compassion for their patients. Enable them to cure the ills of both body and spirit that afflict so many in our day. Cure, not give band-aids. Cure. That's the big word. Cure. That is not in the bulk of our care, our doctors, etc. But they're flipping the switch. Now there's some that's still following, but there's others that, like the nurse that I met yesterday. that's been coming to um, the Southernmost Mansion. My friend Michael, the attorney, been coming to that mansion for the last, I think, 3 years. They said they've been married 40 some years. Funny story how the couple met. He told me when she wasn't there. I think he was kind of embarrassed at first, but when he realized when I told him I was a minister, I said, "So how did you two meet?" And he goes, "Oh, it's a funny story. I was going out with this other woman, and she was an LPN, and his wife is an RN. And he said it just wasn't. But then he met her, and she was moving from the upper down to, I think, the same apartment, if I remember correctly. Anyway, there's a little part of it because there was so much noise that I couldn't quite understand. But he said, "Oh, I knew she was the one." I said, "Well, how did you know that?" He goes, "Well, somehow I ended up with her underwear drawer in my arms, carrying it down." And I went, "Okay." He said it had to be a sign. And they've been together ever since, which was beautiful and darling. I said her underwear drawer, that is priceless. He goes, I was like, wow. But anyway, when she started talking about the medical profession, I mean, the passion that she had and how distraught she was over what it had turned into, this ginormous monopoly of money that didn't care about people's how they felt anymore. They just want to give them drugs just to suffice them. So now, a lot of humans think that that's the only thing that's going to cure them. Look at me. I'm not on pharmaceuticals. I haven't taken pharmaceuticals in well over a year. Well over a year. I haven't taken over-the-counter medications except for Benadryl since I got blood clots in my brain in February of 2020. The only thing that I use for pain management is CBD and THC because that is of God. If my blood pressure elevates, I drink grapefruit juice and it drops at 14 points within a few minutes. If you can't drink grapefruit juice and take blood pressure meds, they're telling you your answer right there. But we've all gotten accustomed to taking pills because it's easy now, isn't it? But if you could just get rid of them all and take care of your own body and be your own doctor, because that's what I've been my whole life until I got sick and I didn't know what was wrong with me. Well, it was the demons. I wish I would have been reading my Bible a long time ago because I would have rid myself of them as well back then. But I didn't know. I didn't start reading my Bible till January. And all I kept reading was casting out demons, casting out demons, casting out demons. And I'm like, okay, I've heard it 3 times. And then I kept hearing it. What do I have to lose? What does anybody have to lose? Because it doesn't cost a dime. You don't need insurance for it. He is your insurance. He put you here. So, what do you got to lose? What do you have to lose? Nothing. Because it doesn't say in the Bible, take a drug to feel better. It says God will heal you. And I am living proof. So, happy TGIF Day. And hopefully you think about what I said and you try it. It's free. It doesn't cost a thing. It doesn't cost a thing. So, at what point did everything have to have a value attached to it? And the other thing, I want to add something else before I finish this. The other thing I'm seeing is a lot of people trading things without exchanging money. I'll trade a car for a boat. I'll trade a trailer for this. I'll do this for that. I'm like, you want to say we're not in biblical times? Well, wake up. We are. We are in a spiritual warfare. Whether you want to believe it or not, we are. So, have a great day, and I've got more coming up. Love you. Bye.